What's going on, YouTube? So yeah, today we're gonna go work on EP3, and what I have planned today is actually going to replace this part. So we lift up the hood, and as you can see, my intake hose, once I actually modified and installed the RBC intake manifold, it changed the position of the intake tube, and what happened was eventually cracked. So I stopped driving the car and put it on a battery tender right here, so the battery doesn't die. But we're replacing this, and instead of replacing this with something OEM, because I feel like the way everything's set up, it's just gonna happen again. Went ahead, ordered this on eBay. Silicone, flexible, it should not break. And if we lay this over the existing pipe, as you can see, we definitely gotta do some trimming. Definitely gotta do some trimming here. Definitely gonna start trimming from this side. Looks like I probably need to trim about quite a bit. Let's see how I'm gonna end up actually making this work. It's gonna be slightly tilted, probably lined up right about there, and then this. So yeah, about like an inch or so from that end. See if we can make this work. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on today, and see how it looks, see how everything's done. Okay, it looks like we're gonna need probably a 10 millimeter for those worm clamps. One there and one there. Eventually I do want to replace my hose for the upper radiator for the hybrid racing, the one that goes kind of like a little square right here. Open this up a little bit. But yeah, that's another day, another project. Glad to know that I remember there's actually fittings here, MPT fittings. I think they're 1/8 from the hybrid racing adapter for the RBC. So when I do turbo, I could tap into this for vacuum instead of doing it from the brake line. But looks like I might have to trim this T-bar right here, support, the radiator support. I might have to trim that a little bit. But again, another day, another issue I'm going to worry about later on. Right now, main issue is getting this done. So let's see if we can find 10 millimeter socket and try to unbolt the clamps. All right, took it out. Don't forget, we need to switch this over. So make sure you get some, be careful, get some pliers, take it out. I'll try to do it by hand, but it was a pain. Let me try it again, see if I can get it off. Oh man. Yeah, ain't coming off. Let me try with the pliers again. Just be careful, you do not break it. It's plastic. Little by little. Man, it's really in there. All right, give me a minute. All right, sorry for the noise. They're doing landscaping next door, but give it a little elbow grease. You'll pop it out. Just be careful with it. It is plastic. Don't forget to get the hose clamps off. You're gonna need this. So let's go ahead and start putting this in. First things first. So this is gonna go this way to I'm facing the engine. It's gonna be towards the throttle body through the intake box. So we're definitely gonna install it in here and just give it a little love in there. Goes in pretty easily. Don't forget the little clip. See, we could just reuse that metal clip. Another tip, software is so hot. Take off the air box. It's gonna probably be easier to maneuver the hose and whatnot. Still trying to make it work and fit. Another thing I did is use this to cut the hose. It's actually a lot easier with this. All right, let's get back to it. All right, finally got it in. Another tip, what I did was actually added some little soap, liquid soap, on the inside of it, and just was able to put it in first. Make sure you got the hose, the worm clamp on before you do this. It's a really tight fit. This company that I got it from eBay, it was like 50 bucks around there. It took forever to get here. Like, I'm talking, I ordered it in the beginning of the month. I just got it this weekend, so it's almost a month it takes to come from China. But it's the only place that sells this for the price. I mean, you probably could get it somewhere closer, faster shipping, but you're paying a lot more money. 50 bucks. It's just a hose. I'm not trying to spend that much money on this. It's going to be better than one of those cheap eBay intake, showroom intake that you install. But yeah, it took a minute. I finally got it in, so now I'm just going to try to test fit this onto the intake manifold and see how much or more I got to cut and if I can get it on. All right, let's see. I can get it through here. The issue is the angle, really, man. Oh, all right. I need this closer over here. Okay, so that's in. So look at this. So I have that in. That's in. Look at that gap. Let's see if I can do something with this. Gonna be honest with you, man. This was a pain in the ass to get it fit right. But let's see what I can show you. I cut about, I'm gonna say, 2.5, almost 3 inches. Using the snips. Was able to get it on here. Right towards the end. I wish I had a little bit more, but the way that everything is angled, I couldn't get it fit right with the angle of the tube. But this is like legit at the very end, but I made sure it's grabbing the metal part. Tight up, clamped. It's really, really tight. Clamped up here. So that's where we have it. Just got to stick the sensor here. I'm going to plug this hole up. Probably going to stick like a screwdriver there. I mean, not a screwdriver, but a screw. And I should be good after that. So, all right. All right. Just put everything in. So let's recap. Worm clamp. Put a bolt on it for that one. I don't have a way to plug it up, but worm clamp on that. Put a bolt through. It's not moving. This is the only part I'm kind of concerned. We'll see if this ever pops off. If it does, screw it. I'm just going to install a short ram intake for the time being. I'm not going turbo right now or in the next couple of months. There's a lot of things I got to do, save money for. So for now, let's just hope this is enough and it's not going to pop off. I mean, for the most part, it seems like it's there. Put the sensor back in, plugged it up. It's right here behind the battery where I have my power cable for my sub and my power cable for my fuse box for the gauges inside. That goes through the fenders right here. So let's go ahead and turn on the car. Let's see how it is. All right. Just pop this out of the way. Yeah, it's been a rough start ever since I've had this car sitting for about 2.5 years. Came back, did a oil change, did the RBC intake manifold swap, deleted a lot of the hoses and whatnot, and it's been kind of rough start. Still got this battery check light that I just don't know where it's coming from. I checked the fuses. I don't have a parasitic draw. My alternator is charging the battery perfectly fine. I'm lost at this point. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, don't mind that miles here. That's not the right miles. I actually have around 217-ish thousand miles. This is I swapped out the gauge cluster here, but let's see where my oil pressure's at. About 80 psi. Okay. I actually have the oil pressure hose going down through back there and going underneath here. You kind of see it. There it is. And behind the center console, and there's a little grommet behind here in the passenger footwell. Yeah, it's going through there. So, but okay. All right, so far so good. I really don't think this is gonna move at all from here. I think eventually I want to do is I want to get rid of this and replace it with something more condensed, smaller later on. But yeah, I think it's good. Let me just put this through here. If anybody would recommend anything, a modification I could do with the pole right here for the hood prop, it kind of doesn't close all the way, and it rubs up against the RBC manifold. As you can see, paint's coming off. I can make it work, but I just want to know what people have done out there, see if maybe I could do something different. But yeah, for the most part, I think I'm done with this little project today. Still got more projects laid up. Like I said, I got the emergency brake button I want to swap over, make a video on exactly how to do it. Converting these headlights, the depot headlights, to full LED projectors, getting rid of the HIDs, updating my fog lights. I'm just going to put some new waterproof LED bulbs because the lenses are cracked, and I had HIDs on these and they're gone. They don't work anymore. But yeah, and probably clean up some of the wiring I have around this area over here under the wheel well. But I think for the most part, it works. It drives. So I don't know what the battery light on for. What's that for? But other than that, did a really big detail. Got rid of a lot of stuff, that dirtiness that was in the car, mold and whatnot. Cleaned the headliner that I probably never cleaned it since I owned it back in 06. So yeah. But yeah, she's running good, idling good. All right. Well, thanks for joining me here on South Florida Hatch. And if you got any questions, leave any comments down below. I'll answer them for sure, 100%. If you got any ideas, anything you want me to go over, any projects you think I should do as far as things I could probably do in my house, let me know. See if I could get it done. I definitely need to wire this horn. It does not work. It's annoying. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube. I'm going to try it out and see what works. I got the NRG hub with a quick release Momo steering wheel. By the way, the steering wheel just too small. I think I ended up, I think I got it 300, I think it's a 320 maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna strip this out. This is all, it's eaten up somehow. I don't know what it was, but it's really bad. So I'm gonna swap this out for a different one from Momo I saw. But yeah, yeah. Drop any comments, like the video if you like, if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. All right, deuces.